MC for this morning. And first on our program, I'd like to call upon Rosie Huey, a member of the St. Genevieve German Band, who's been performing for us here prior to the celebration. And Rosie will be singing for us the national anthem, accompanied by the German Band. We also have with us this morning Les Compagnes Français de la Marine du Fort de Chartres, the French Marines of Fort de Chartres. Sorry, I think I just got it. That's right. Got that name right. And the Regiment de Guyenne is with us. They will hoist the colors during the playing of the national anthem. So if you're able to stand, fine. If not, fine. And if you'd remove your hats, please, during the singing of the national anthem. Rosie Huey. The Marines behind us, behind the tent right there, will be hoisting the colors during the singing of the national anthem. And now, if I could have you turn your attentions to the French Marines, who will continue their hoisting of the flag and their volley of the rifles. All right then, now that we're all awake, I would like to call upon Vice President of Jeur de Fete Committee, Mr. Jim Klein, to give us a few words. Jim?
First of all, on behalf of the Jeur de Fete Committee, I welcome everybody here today. We all have a good time. We spent numerous hours getting this together, and I think we got a good show for you this weekend. So the 45th, the 45th is now open, so let's have fun, okay?
Next, I'd like to call upon our Honorable Mayor of the City of St. Genevieve, Mr. Richard Greminger. Okay.
Thank you, Bill. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Jeur de Fete. I'd like to especially welcome the Huber and Buette families, the Project Pioneer families. I'd also like to thank the Jeur de Fete Committee for all of their hard work in putting this thing together. It certainly is a year-long event to try to put together, and the work that they've done. They brought us some real good weather this year. Well, welcome to our town. Please enjoy it and enjoy everything we've got to offer. Again, thank you. And I'd also like to thank Laura Bosler and the Project Pioneer Committee for all the work that they do in putting the families together and working with that. So again, thank you and have a good time.
Greminger. As the mayor mentioned, each year the Jeur Fete honors two of the founding families of St. Genevieve, one German and one French. Bev Roth of that committee is going to tell us more about that and introduce speakers from those families. Bev?
Thank you. Good morning. Project Pioneer was started in 1989 by Lucille Bosler to celebrate the German and French heritage of St. Genevieve. The honored families this year are the French Buats and the German Hoovers. Speaking for the Hoovers this year is Betty Jeur. Betty was born in St. Genevieve and has lived the majority of her life in St. Genevieve County. She has worked at St. Genevieve County Hospital for 42 years as a medical technologist in the laboratory. She is the daughter of Gladys Soddy and Joseph Roth, and the granddaughter of Emma Rose Hoover and Joseph Soddy. Emma Rose Hoover is a descendant of Benedict Hoover and Francesca Weiler. We will begin our introduction of the Hoover family by making you aware that we have discovered at least 4 different family downlines to date in St. Genevieve County. Our research indicates that Benedict and Francesca Weiler Hoover were the first to settle in St. Genevieve County in about 1832 to 1833. Paul Hoover and Anna Mary Menley came to St. Genevieve County from Ohio between 1856 and 1857. Andreas Hoover and Agatha Harder came to St. Genevieve County from Buffalo, New York between 1858 and 1862. Adolph Hoover and Crescentia Mesmer's date of arrival in St. Genevieve County is unknown at this time. In Germany, the Hoover surname usually denotes a holder of or owner of a sizable amount of land who would have been a prosperous small farmer or probably one of the leading men in the village. It has also been noted that many with the Hoover surname are master blacksmiths. We have found documentation of immigration in 1832 of Benedict and Francesca Weiler Hoover, along with daughters Rosalia and Katrina, as well as Benedict's parents, Crispin and Odile Rotterdam Hoover, and Jacob and Rosalia Federer Hoover. It is unknown how Jacob is related to Benedict at this time. They came to America from Marsh, Karlsruhe, Baden, Württemberg, Germany. This information was found in the Baden Immigration Book and was extracted from the General Lands Archives in Karlsruhe, Germany. Benedict filed a claim for 80 acres of land in October of 1837 and continued to purchase land from 1837 to 1854 to eventually become the owner of 440-acre farm. The farm is located on Highway 32 in St. Genevieve County. Although there have been several owner changes throughout the years, the farm has remained in the family and is presently owned by Benedict's great-great-grandson, Richard, and his family. The 174-year-old farm is the oldest recognized century farm in St. Genevieve County. Benedict and Francesca had 8 children: Rosalia, Miss Johannes Breither; Katrina, Miss George Falk; Martin, born November 27, 1933 in St. Genevieve. No other documentation found. Bernard married Eva Schmidt. They moved to Texas in 1876 and traveled by ox cart. Bernard died at the age of 43 after being shot in the back. This occurred when Mr. Manville returned to Bernard's blacksmith shop following an earlier argument over 160 acres of land. Franz Xavier, born in Allen Mountain, Missouri, first married Monica Beezer. He then married Ursula Beezer after Monica's death. Benedict married Josephine Armbruster. David married Margaret Gillespie. Otilla, Mrs. Valentine Geiler. Other Hoover downlines include Paul Hoover and Anna Mary Menley, were both born in Germany, and they had 8 children. Anna, born in Ohio. Martin married Regina Eleanor Barr. John, born in 1860. Charles died at 13 days old in Zell. Agnes, born about 1865. Emily, about 1867. Elizabeth, about 1869. And Henry, no information found. Andreas Huber was born in Buffalo, New York, and Agatha Harder was born in Baden, Germany. They had 9 children. George, born about 1858, died at age 8 years old. Francis Antone, born 1862, died at age 10. Charles Joseph, born 1864. And then John George married Mary Anna Huber, the daughter of Franz Xavier Huber and Ursula Beezer, and the granddaughter of Benedict and Francesca Huber. Edward Bernard was born in 1870. Maria Cecilia married William Amsler. Juliana married George Grass. Catherine married Joseph Grass. And William Andrew married Sophia Beck. And the last downline was Adolf Huber and Crescentia Messmer with 6 children. Frank J. married Dora Harder. He was a farmer judge in St. Genevieve County. Adolf married Laura Compo. August, no information. Elizabeth married Frank Ryan. Mary Anna married Albert Hoffman. And Emil was born in 1870. In closing, I would like to remind everyone that family research is ongoing. It's a never-ending project.
Speaking for the Buat family is Emily Lyons. Emily was born at Kaskaskia, Illinois, and lived mostly in Randolph County, where Illinois began. She is the daughter of Louis and Vera Bowman of Kaskaskia, granddaughter of Louis and Lottie Buat Schmierbach, and Louis and Dima Rao Bowman. After teaching for 35 years, she is now the curator of the Randolph County Archives and Museum. She is a member of the Randolph County Historical Society, Randolph County Genealogical Society, Center for the French Colonial Studies, Save the Illinois History, and the Kaskaskia Immaculate Conception Church Foundation, and a descendant of Antoine Claude Buat and Margaret Leclerc.
Thank you, and bonjour, Buats and Hubers, officials and friends. The Buat family thanks Project Pioneers for naming it an honored family. The Buat gene is often noted for longevity and being prolific. Look around at all the royal red shirts with the knight in armor and the bull of leadership and strength. We make note of one member that will be 100 years old December 24th, Nora Flynn, my mother's sister. She didn't make it today, but only because she doesn't drive anymore and lives in California. But she wrote a story for the book and is waiting for her copy. Lots of details in those books if you haven't gotten one. In France, the Buats were in control of large estates with titles given to the seniority of nobles. They were very supportive of their Catholic churches and still today. In fact, by the sale of these shirts, the Buat family is making a $500 donation to the Kaskaskia Church. Some Buats were knighted, some spent time in prison for disagreeing with the king on religion. They served in the military in France, or in New France, or as we say, the Illinois country. Louis Buat, his lieutenant, served with the King's military in the La Salle Détente expedition in the 1680s to explore and place forts along the Mississippi River. After the Jesuit priest and Indian chief Rowins's village set up Kaskaskia in 1703, the Buats before 1710 were there to build homes, till the soil, were never known to have slaves, as was the custom. When the growing Immaculate Conception Church did not have a bell, the Buats delivered. The Liberty Bell of the West first rang at Kaskaskia in 1743 after a 2-year journey from France. When Colonel George Rogers Clark claimed the east side of the Mississippi River for our now America, several Buats were in the Kaskaskia militia and joined forces declaring their oaths of allegiance. When Missouri grew into St. Genevieve in 1735, on the west bank, Buats were there. When Kaskaskia became the county seat in 1790 for thousands of acres in Illinois, the Buats were there. when Kaskaskia became the capital city of Illinois Territory in 1809 and the state of Illinois capital in 1818, and Missouri became a state in 1821, Buettes were there. When St. Genevieve County became part of America as part of the Louisiana Purchase, 1803, Buettes were there. Buettes were farmers and engineers in France, and so are many in America. In 1916, when the old bell was secretly looted at the southern Kaskaskia Point on a steamboat headed north, great-grandpere Louis Buette left the field with his wagon and team, rushing to the landing on the north at Old Kaskaskia. I was told by a witness that what he was shouting, I can't repeat here. When he arrived there, the bell was removed and brought back to the church. So much for secrets. The Buettes of today are many talented, hold many important positions, support the church, and are as well respected as the gentlemen and ladies of old. And they are just some of the nicest people I know. Thank you.
And now we'll pick the names for a Project Pioneer for next year. So we'll do the French first. Piku. And now for the German. Waymire and Layton. Do both of them.
Okay. Last on our program, you've been wondering what these children are doing, standing up here. They're about to sing a couple of songs for us. This is the Les Petits Chanteurs. At least that's their name while they're singing the French song for the Buette family this morning. And whenever they sing the German song for the Huber family, we'll call them Die Kleinen Sänger. So under the direction of Patty Nager, Les Petits Chanteurs or Die Kleinen Sänger. Are you going to stand on the steps or sing?
We're only going to sing one song of each for right now, and then later on, from 1 until 3, we sing at the Project Pioneer project. The first hour, or 45 minutes, we're going to be singing from 1 until about 1:45 in French for the Buettes, and then we'll change costume and then finish off until from about 2 until 3, singing for the Huber family in German. So this is just a little taste of what we do. First one is called C'est la vie ronde. It's a Voyager song, and I'm sure in the Buette family there was lots of Voyagers traveling up and down the Mississippi River. we're going to sing Stunden die Lieder.
Thank you, Les Petits Chanteurs. And if you would like to hear more of the Les Petits Chanteurs decline and sang on, be sure to check in at the Project Pioneers this afternoon from 1 to 3 and tomorrow from 1 to 3. In case you're not familiar with the location of the Project Pioneers, block and a half straight up Market Street here on the right, okay? Back door, side door of the County Services Building. I'd like to thank all of our guest speakers this morning. I'd like to thank the Buat family for keeping the Kaskaskia bell where it belongs. And I want you all to have a great day today. Thank you.
I just went down the street. Thank you.